Here now is Bill McGurn, Wall Street Journal columnist, as well as a Fox Business contributor. Bill, great to see you. In terms of entitlements, this is just the tip of the iceberg, is it not, for what the Democrats want to do in creating a giant welfare state for the middle class, government dependence, if you will.
Right. Well, that's what I think. That's what I think the real issue is. The benefit's going to run out. It's supposedly going to run out at the end of the year. We'll find out then. I think, to me, it's the latest expression of, remember in the Obama administration when they came out with The Life of Julia, about a woman who, goes from birth to death, sort of totally dependent on government programs. That's a vision, I think, that seems to animate Joe Biden's idea of the economy, of Americans, not just people that can't fend for themselves and need a little extra help, but the entire middle class depending on government for their livelihood. I think it's a terrible mistake, a bad precedent, and gives some very bad short-term incentives as well.
I mean, the plan is they laid them out. It's the child care, child tax credit, pre-K, paid family leave, free community college.
Right.
Are the Republicans cognizant of what's happening? Are they aware of this ball that has begun rolling downhill?
I think they're beginning, but they really need a better game plan. Look, Joe Biden's just counting on the crass idea that if you give people benefits, no one will question it. And once you establish it, it'll be established forever, no matter what they say about this thing supposedly ending in December. And I think Republicans have to make an argument. This is not the best way to help American families. It's not the way to get our economy back and running after COVID-19. And it has very pernicious long-term effects. And I don't think most people want to be looking to the government for everything.
Joe Biden just said in the press conference that he's holding with Angela Merkel that he's confident he can get the deal done on infrastructure. Will Republicans, to my point, rue the day that they got on board with this, even in a small way? If you include, you're literally talking about including that $1.9 trillion from earlier the year, $7 trillion in spending just this year. The Republicans are the ones who opened the door for the reconciliation on the $3.5 trillion.
Right. The infrastructure bill is the gateway drug for all this other spending. My colleague Dan Henninger has a good column today on Congress. It's really time for Republicans to stand up and really make a distinction. We're not the same but less kind of party where we're going to spend as much, go in the same direction, but a little less. We have to show that we have a philosophical disagreement with this. This is about the future of the country, whether we go in a European direction of lots of family dependency on the government, or whether we stick to our own traditions and freedoms that have made us so prosperous.
It's freedom, and it's also tell the American people, if we go in the European direction, you're going to get hit with a consumption tax. You're going to get hit with an energy tax. Everybody in Europe pays for it. It's not just the rich. The rich left when the countries that tried to implement wealth taxes. Just one more thing, Bill. The Republicans also need to continually point out that these Democrats have no mandate. It is a 50-50 split in the Senate. That in the House, it is the weakest hold on congressional power that party has really ever had in U.S. history. There is no mandate. There is no 1933. There is no 1965 here. This is going to stop.
Right. And in fact, within the Democratic Party, the people worried about their majority are most worried that the progressives are going to be the ones that cost them the majority. So because of what you just said, Democrats know this, so they figured they've only got a short window to stuff this thing through, just get it through without any questions. And they know that once you establish certain government programs, they last a lifetime, no matter what the original intent. So I think we're at a very precarious moment for the future of the country. I mean, this kind of spending and this kind of dependency and the move toward a European style situation, that is a big rupture with our past. And I think it will make us less free and less prosperous and less a land of opportunity.
And when people are accused of not caring about children, they need to use your words, stuff it in a different way.
Right.
Not eloquent.
Yeah, kinder way, I think. But
Not eloquent, but
Right. Well, Dagan, I believe that what you and I want, a free economy, is the best path for families with children. It gives them opportunity and gives them a chance to do better than their parents. That's the American way, and I see that being eroded by these kind of things.
Bill McGurn, thank you, sir. A pleasure always.
Thanks, Dagan.